Hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another live stream. Today, I'm going to be doing my December weekly setup. So I'm excited to finally be doing this. I feel like normally, I don't know, I feel like this has been a trend for me lately, which I will try to fix in the new year. That will be one of my goals, but I feel like I've been really late at doing these Plan With Me videos, and I would like to be getting them out a little bit further in advance. So wish me luck, and thank you guys for sticking around while I don't get things out very early. So yeah, I just appreciate you guys so much. Hi, Nicole. Thank you, Nicole. That's very sweet. I know it's really late for you, so I appreciate any time that you do pop on. It is very, very sweet of you. So, yes, I hope you have a wonderful night. Thank you so much. I am going to go ahead and get started. I did already add in the color palette for this Plan With Me, but I'll go ahead and throw this up on the screen for a minute. Not the thumbnail. Oh, forgive me. Wrong photo. I have to, oh no, now I have them layered. Okay, there, that's better. So, yeah, that's my fault. Anyway, this is the color palette I'm going to use today. This kind of fun, bright, colorful one. I want to use this one for my weekly, and I want to save the other Christmassy one, the one that was the #1 palette. I want to save that for my daily because that's the one I've been using a lot this month, and I think I probably will continue to use it the most this month. So I want to use my favorite color palette for that one. I tend to do that. Does anyone else do that? Like, I know some of you only have one color palette, but if you're like somebody who has all 3 color palettes, is that a preference for you too? Do you like just use the same palette all month? Or do you choose which one's your favorite, like your most favorite, and then use it on the the layout that you think that you're going to use the most? I would be really curious to see what everyone else does. But I also totally understand if you want everything to be consistent and just choose your favorite palette for like all 3. I don't know. This has just kind of become my flow, and I don't mind it. Okay. Let's go ahead and jump in now. So like I said, I already did preset these colors, so I'm going to take them off the screen now. I think they've been up long enough. And I am going to possibly use these. I don't really know. We'll see. But what I think I want to do is, because I am traveling and I leave in just a couple of days for my trip, I think I want this section to have, I'm going to kind of do like a quadrant of notes so that I can use it to organize my packing list. So primarily that's my motivation for using it, is for packing purposes. So I'm going to have like, you know, clothes, electronics, toiletries, miscellaneous, excuse me, sorry, something like that is probably what I'm going to do. And then in future weeks, I think that will still come in handy. Like, I'll be able to organize my goals for next year or something. Like, probably during the last week, I'll probably start to think about like short-term goals, long-term goals, things like that, and I can kind of brainstorm in that section. Or another option will be, because I am going to be traveling, that I can have like a place for me to write down my projects and a place for me to write down all the places I want to visit in the different cities that I want to go, a place to organize, you know, my flight information or train information or something, and just kind of have these different sections that I can put notes and just categorize them. I think that's going to be really helpful for me. So I think that's what I'm going to do in this section. And I haven't fully decided over here yet, but probably, excuse me, I'm so sorry. I like developed a cough recently, so I'm going to try my best not to cough on camera, but I don't know what's going on. But I might do like pictures or something here, or I'm not totally sure, but we'll find out as we go through here. And yeah, I think I know what I want to do up here, but I don't want to spoil it yet. So let's start by grabbing my element that's going to cover up this beautiful mess here. So I'm going to come to my digital planning folder. Not that one. I do that every time. I need to delete some of these folders. I need to clean out my good notes. And what's this one? You know what I need to do is I need to put this in place and then resave it at the right size, because I think this one is always saved at a small size and I don't really know how that happened, but it did. So I should probably resave this element. That looks right. So maybe that's what I'll do. I'll make sure I've got images turned on. And I'm going to add this as an element and find my digital planning folder. And then I'm just going to test it out. So let's cut this and come back, come to my digital planning folder. It should be at the bottom now. And yay, it's the right size. Okay, that will save me from having to resize that in the future. This is one of the beautiful parts of elements. So if you don't use elements in this way, I recommend exploring that option. I think it's really nice. So I am just going to come in here and edit that one out. So I'm just going to delete that folder, or that one from the folder. And then, let's see, for December, what I want to do is come to my sticker pack and I'm going to grab these 4 lights here. I'm going to copy these and I am going to paste them. And then I want to size them up big enough because I'm going to put the letters of December inside of them. Okay, too big. That's not what I want. Maybe about, okay, maybe this size. I don't know. Just going to kind of wing it. And then moving it over here where there aren't any elements in the background. And I'm just going to copy and paste. And then what I'm going to do is they're going to change a little bit in size when I rotate them, but at least they'll be sort of similar in size since I grouped them all together, or sized them all together. And I'm just going to kind of like randomly put these around. I'm going to follow a sort of order just so that they're at least kind of, you know, like a normal chain of lights would be in a certain order. So at least it will make sense. There'll be a little continuity there. I think these need to be a little smaller actually, if I want to fit everything. Trial and error. And I'm gonna make sure I have room for all 8 letters of December. And we're just gonna space these out a little. Blue next. If you are slightly bothered, like I am, about the fact that the reflections are on other sides, you can always use the pen tool and cover them up and then draw in your own reflections. I'll kind of see how it looks in the end to see if I want to be that nitpicky, but I'm not sure if it'll matter all that much by the time I'm done. And they can be slightly varied in size because depending on their angle, they might look a different size, realistically. But also, oops, I'm going to undo that since I kind of warped it a little. But also I would try to keep them at least kind of close because they're not going to be like so far away that their sizes are going to be wildly different from each other. Just something to keep in mind if you're going for something somewhat realistic. And I don't know, I might drop these down and like lift that one up a little. I feel like my favorite thing to do in all of my planners is usually the header. I don't always have a ton of fun with them, but I think it's the part where I prefer to express a little more creativity, because then I use the rest of the part for more functional reasons. Okay, I think I'm getting to a place I'm pretty happy with. So I actually don't have the color code for this, but if I zoom in really close, it's kind of hard to tell on camera, but it is actually like a light green kind of, like, I shouldn't say light green, like a green gray. So that's just what I'm going to do my best to color match. So I'm going to come to my pen tool and I'm just going to add a new color here and just like pick, I don't know, let's just pick this like random red. And then I'm going to go to custom and tap on the little like rainbow that was down here. And I'm going to bring this over somewhere on the green side and then just kind of do my best to find a color that I feel looks like this. It's a little more gray, so I need maybe like that color. Let's test it out. Honestly, it's not the same at all, but it is close enough. I think there's a little too much blue in this one, so maybe I'll like lean it or just kind of move it over a little bit that way. And that feels a little closer, but it doesn't have to be perfect because no one's really gonna know, but I want it to be close. So what I'm gonna do now, let's check out the size here. Do I like the sizing? I think maybe slightly thicker. So let me change this to like maybe 0.25 and see how that goes. You know what else I realized is that I'm still on my brush pen from the last time. So I'm going to change that to the ball pen. And then it definitely needs to be bigger. So let's move this up to like maybe 0.4. You might like the brush pen better here because it'll give you some like size variation. And then it might look a little more twisted. That could be fun. Basically what I'm going to do though is I'm going to, most of the time they have like 2 chords coming out. Oh my goodness. Why can't I undo? Hello? It's broken. It's not working. You guys saw that, right? I pressed undo so many times. Okay, I'm going to make it come off the screen. I think that'll be fun. And I'm just going to kind of draw a couple. And if there's any that I decide that I like really don't like their placement of after I do this, then I'll just go back and change it. Like this one, I feel like maybe I should move that one. So let's grab the image tool and maybe move that one up. Okay, and then come back and draw in that. I think that's a little better. And then maybe I'll bring this like down this side or something as if it's sort of coming behind my planner. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I think in white, I think that makes the most sense. I am going to write in my letters. So what you can do, you can also grab your eraser in the precision eraser, and you can zoom in and you can just, oops. What I would do is turn off auto deselect if you're like me and you keep that on for making everything else simpler. And then, yeah, you can just kind of zoom in real close and just erase it so it looks more like it's going behind it. Or you can not fuss with it as much. I don't know how many of you are as kind of nitpicky about these things as I am. How much of it matters. But yeah, you can just erase away there. Obviously this looks really bad, but what I might do is turn on my, let's see, probably just keep handwriting on here and bring this up, and then grab my eraser tool, move it over a little there, grab my eraser, erase away here, and then also come down here and erase away until it's like right there. Okay, I think that that looks cute. And now time to add in the letters. You could do this just decorative, like all over, but I'm going to use it for my heading, obviously. So let's make the size a little bigger. I think a lot bigger. And let's draw in some letters. I'm gonna have to zoom out and see what I think of this. That looks terrible. How many of you are watching this that also use Procreate? Do you ever use Procreate on your iPad? I find it really hard to use like the undo button here with like the double tap. I don't know if you use GoodNotes and Procreate. Procreate, you just tap with 2 fingers, where with this you're supposed to be able to redo, I think. No, maybe not. Maybe I'm making that up. So you can use these arrows, but you can also double tap with 2 fingers to undo. And with Procreate, you can double tap with or you don't have to double tap at all. You just tap with 2 fingers and it erases. So I do this all the time when I'm in this app, and I'll like tap with 2 fingers and it doesn't work. So I just end up defaulting to these buttons because I don't know, I find it so annoying to have to double tap. And it's not that it's hard at all, as you can tell, but just because I'm so used to Procreate that I just end up getting frustrated. So I've kind of trained myself to just use the buttons. But you can double tap if you want. Okay, let's see. The next thing I want to do is I'm going to grab, let's see, this element that has just the plain box, and I'm going to cover up the word December here. And we're just going to grab the image tool so that I can shape this more freely. Just cover up the word December. And I'm going to move those over a little. I've got a small edge that was visible there. And I'm going to come back to my sticker set. And I'm going to grab the word December here. And turn images on and then try that again. So let's copy that and paste it. Whoops, I guess I didn't need the legs. That was an accident. Grab my image tool here and bring this over. Ooh, I should have done that first because I feel like had I known that this was green, I probably would have reordered these somehow. But that's okay. I am going to change, I'm going to use maybe one of these brush strokes, and probably I think the red. I'm going to copy, and eventually I'm going to paste that here. But what I want to do is take my pen tool in white and in a smaller size, and I'm just going to quickly sort of trace these letters. This is nothing new. You guys have seen me do this all the time. And then what I'm going to do is, with my lasso tool, I'm just going to paste, grab my image tool, and then we're going to put this here, stretch it out, and then I'm going to use my, let's see, my lasso tool with just handwriting selected. And I'm just going to cut this and paste it. If you have the newer version of GoodNotes, I've heard you can relayer, but I don't know if that's just with photos. If you're on here and you have the new version of GoodNotes, maybe you can leave a comment for others if you know. If using the relayer option, if it only applies to images or if you can like bring text forward too. I am curious to know that. So I am going to cut this and paste this on top. And then do I want to rotate it, not have it at such a strong angle? I do like the angle a little bit. I think it's nice. Maybe we just don't do too much. Okay. And then I think, I don't know. I just was thinking it was the daily, so I was going to put like a little wreath over the number, but that's not going to work. Oh, good. So Nicole says that it applies to everything, that you can relayer all things. That is a really nice feature. Thank you. Let's see. What do I want to do next? Okay, I'm going to do my little quadrant here. And in order to do that, so I have a pretty good idea, I think what I'm going to do is I am going to draw some lines here. If I would grab my pen tool. I'm just going to draw some lines here and I'm going to make them extra long because they're sort of going to be like guides. And making sure handwriting is on. I'm just going to move these up a little. And it's probably not going to be perfect, but it will help me to kind of eyeball it a little. My goodness. Also because this has 6, I can draw a line, again with my pen tool, I can draw a line like this. And make sure that this one is in the proper place. Okay, and then, let's see. I need one that's kind of central, but this will be more like, I'm just kind of visibly looking at it and seeing if I can make it look pretty center here. And this is just going to help me for resizing my notes. Oops. So I think I want to do them in 4 different colors. Turning images back on, and let's select these. And I'm going to paste them. And we're just gonna size them together. I feel like if you know why I like size these so funny where I do a little at a time. I just find it works better to keep things from going crooked most often. But what I'm gonna do now that I'm happy with that, I was mostly aiming for the height. I think it'll be okay to have a little bit of space in between. And then I can add in some other decorations or something. It could be fun. And anyway, I'm just kind of using the spacing between the guides to help me, you know, use my eye to make a little more precise guesstimate here, if you can say those things together. And then I'm just going to grab my eraser and turn on stroke eraser. And I'm just going to erase all of this stuff. Okay, so I do feel like, I don't know, it feels like this gap here is too big. So maybe I'm going to undo this and move these all in just a little. And then maybe it'll give me more room to like kind of decorate on the edges. Okay, let's go in and erase these again. Okay, that pleases my eye a bit more, but this was not even. That was my fault. So we're just gonna try our best here. Okay, I think that looks better. I love these, but I don't know where I'm gonna use them. We're just gonna kind of put them up in the corner for fun, and that's just because they're here. They probably won't stay, but who knows? They are just so cute. Okay, so let's go ahead and, I don't know, think about what do I want to do with this section. I'm going to add in the numbers 11 through 17, and I think I'm just going to kind of keep with the theme of what I've been doing, where everything is just using all of the colors. It's all random, so I'm going to use all 4 of these. So 11 through 17. And images is on. And I'm going to end up with a lot of extra here, but that's okay. Yeah, we're just going to deal with it. We're just going to have all the extra stickers. And we'll just take a moment to delete a bunch of these. So obviously, we only need one of the 17s, which means I probably could have just avoided that. A lot of that by just picking which one I was going to do the 17 in blue. That's what I've decided. So we have 17, and that would need to be 13 then in blue. And then, let's do the 11 in red. Let's do the 12 in green. 13 blue. That would mean 14 pink. And then 15 red. And 16 green. And we have our 17 blue. Okay, so I can just delete these. And then let's resize these. Ugh, they went crooked. Oh, good notes. I hate that. Why do they have to go crooked all the time? The good news is it doesn't matter all that much with the numbers. It's not that noticeable. Like, I'm not gonna go and fix all of these. But it's one of my pet peeves. I don't know why it does that. And it's just the slightest bit, just enough to annoy you that it's just off a little bit. Okay. Oh, this is fun. I like the colors a lot. So now what I want to do is, I think I'm going to, I think I want to use the red and green. So I'm going to copy this ombre effect here, and I am going to come into Procreate, and I'm going to paste this. If you want this done more slowly, you can watch last month's weekly setup. I definitely broke it down, especially a lot towards at the end. I did it twice. So that should help if you want to know how to do this. But what I'm going to do is I want to kind of crop off some of that red because I just think it's a little too strong. So I'm pulling it down off the edge here. And then I'm just going to bring it up. I'm going to rotate it, and we're going to turn on freeform. And then with that, I'm just going to drag it so that it covers. And I actually, I still think I want less red there. I think that is just too much. Okay. Yeah, you could have a lot of fun. You could do like a diagonal one. I never thought of that. Why have I never thought of that? And if you need to like zoom out on your canvas, you can. You just want to make sure that you're covering the design underneath. That's kind of fun. Okay, maybe I do want a little more red now. I realize these colors look awful on camera. That is nothing like what they look like. Anyway, I'm just going to go in here and form a clipping mask. That's kind of fun doing it at a diagonal. I like it. Okay, so now I'm just going to, I'm going to copy all here. Come back to GoodNotes, come to my planner and paste. And then we're just going to rotate this and put it into place. Make sure it's good. Don't know what happened here. Kind of messed up the shape somehow. It's not normal. If you've seen me do this, that's never what happens. So maybe I'll just try to paste it again. Make it a little bigger. Okay, that looks good. And then what I'm going to do now is I just need to add in the days here. So I'm going to jump back, gosh, which week did I do it last? So what month? November. And then I think I hadn't done I did my weekly plan with me so late, so I didn't have those first couple weeks done. Okay, so I just want to make sure text boxes is on. That's the only thing I want. Equations is always on, and I don't ever use it. Don't know why it gets turned on all the time. That's new. I'm just going to select all of the text here and then copy. If you have an issue like I did, where if you just tap, like you think you're tapping in, but maybe you've got like a skinny part of where you selected and you just select slightly to the side, then you're going to end up with it like deselecting, and that's frustrating and you have to do it again. So if you are having that issue and you're like, what's going on? I'm tapping and it's not letting you, just kind of zoom in closer and then tap in there more carefully. It is a minor annoyance though. I will say that. Okay, let's come back. Oops, that was me doodling some ideas, what I wanted for this week. Oh no. Let's repaste that. Also, if you didn't know, you can't paste when you're on the pen tool. It's another sort of minor annoyance. I understand why it works that way, but sometimes I'm like, no, I just want to paste, and I'm in the pen tool. That's a me problem, though. Okay, let's see. Do I want to use a picture frame? I feel like I need at least one. So I think I want to do like the blue. Which picture frame color do I want to do? I think let's go with the pink. So I'm going to turn images back on. I'm going to copy this and paste it. I think I'm going to make it just a little smaller, because if I want to avoid this being an absolute pain week after week, I don't want this to overlap, because then I'm going to have to deal with I'll have to deal with the struggle. So what I feel like if you've done this before, if you've used this cute little frame, you probably understand the frustrations when it comes to having a bunch of layers in GoodNotes, and how sometimes when you write or use other stickers or you want to change out these dates, this thing is very annoying. So what I do tend to do is like I'll save this part as an element, or I'll just copy and paste this particular piece week after week. I'll do it like kind of last so that it doesn't mess up everything. I don't know. I think you just have to find what flow works for you because it can be really obnoxious, but there are workarounds to everything, especially once you get kind of comfortable in the app. You can make whatever work, but some things may take a little bit more thought in advance. And yeah, I know that I get really irritated trying to change out these dates when this stupid thing is in the way, and because we like added it on last and the way that layering works, if I go tap on here now to change the dates, it's going to be in the way. So sometimes I'll do it first, but then it's hard to get my whole cute little sticker done. So anyway, I'm just kind of complaining about GoodNotes at this point. Maybe it's not a big deal if you have the newest one and you can just adjust the layers, the layer orders, because then you could just send it to back and it probably won't give you as much trouble. If I had to guess, just speculating here. But yeah, and then you could just save it as an element that way and it might be super nice. I don't know. I don't have the newest GoodNotes because I got angry with it when it was like new and I was just doing like a trial. But I know they've made a lot of changes since then, so I'll just, I don't know. For now, I'm just going to struggle with GoodNotes 5. That might change. But yeah, if you were doing that, then you could, like, if you can just send that to back, you're fine. But if you're changing this out every single week, you don't want to have to also copy and paste this element too, because you're just going to be reordering things all the time. Which is why I'm making this just a little bit smaller so that it stays in here and doesn't overlap with this, because I just don't feel like fighting with it. That's all. I just don't want to fight with it. So let's come back and grab, I like the green or the blue one. We're going to copy and paste it. And then I actually don't know what I want to put here. I feel like, I don't know, like I could just, maybe I'll just put something cute because I don't have enough decorations here. So then maybe what I'll do actually is move both of these up. So let's move this up, maybe like here. Move this here. And then I can put like, I don't know, the cute, excuse me, the cute like gnomes or something. I love these. I just think they're so adorable. I like this one. Let's copy this one and paste it. Am I going to regret that? I don't know. Okay. I want to take the green, probably, I'm going to do the houndstooth. Ooh, do I hate that decision? Maybe. Okay, I'm just going to put this down here. And I'm going to use my image tool here to tap on this. And then copy it and paste it an extra time. And I'm just going to line up the pattern so you can't tell that I'm making it just a little bit taller. But it is a repeating pattern, so you should seamlessly be able to stack it and get it a size that you like. I'm going to copy this and paste this one here. So you want to be able to see his cute little beard. So I just needed like a fun background. So there it is. I like this beard. It's so cute. And then, maybe, I don't know. Let's copy this one, I guess, and paste it. And I don't know, that's kind of cute, right? I think it's really small on camera, so you guys probably can't see it very well anyway. Which side should I put it on? I just want the red to stand out more, but it doesn't. Let's see if I zoom in. Do you guys think it's cute? I wish the hat was a different color, but both the hats have red, so there's not a whole lot I can do there. I can put it like actually over the red and just kind of, I don't know, maybe that's best. Sometimes I'm really picky. Okay, let's see. Is there anything else that I want to do? I don't know. I think it's cute. It's pretty full. Maybe I'll just grab one of these transparent ones. Maybe the pink. I feel like maybe I haven't done enough with the pink. I'll copy this. Paste it and then just put it over the week. So we have the 11th through the 16th. So what I'm going to do is just stretch this out. Maybe make it a little taller. And I'm also going to copy it, paste it somewhere that there aren't links. And we're going to tap on this again and we're just going to crop it. No, we're not. Forget I said that. I don't want to do that. I just want to bring in the arrows. I want to keep that like tapered edge there so it still looks like a brush stroke. Okay. There. So now we know what week it is. And then do I want to add any other elements here? That's kind of the last thing to fill out this space a little. It is kind of busy though. Is there anything? What if? Oh, I might regret this. I might immediately regret this, but let's grab my image tool here. We'll grab this candy cane here. How do we feel about making like a little border? I don't know. Let's test it out. If I copy and paste this. And I'm making sure that they're all the same size. This also shows me that it's not perfectly in line. Either that or I did not straighten this. Okay, let's see. Is that the problem first? Oops. They are slightly not straight. I'm gonna just maybe need moved over just a teeny tiny bit. Actually, those are probably just ever so slightly crooked too because of footnotes doing its thing. Okay, I actually do kind of like this. So I'll do one more on the top here. And here through the middle and also through the bottom there. Okay, so I'm going to use the image tool here, be a little more precise. I actually think I just need to crop it. So let's maybe, I'm going to straighten it out, make it a tiny bit smaller. And then tap on and tap off and just kind of crop it. I don't know. Let's try. maybe a tiny bit more. Just trial and error, right? I say this all the time. Just play around. That's the fun of it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is just kind of zoom in and get these edges as close as I can. And then I'm just going to copy it now because that should be perfect. Paste one at the top. And paste another one at the bottom. I think that looks so much better. I think that's really cute. Okay, and then just to fix this a little bit, I'm going to, I don't know, how do I want to do this? Okay, I'm going to, I think just do like a little. I'm going to turn off handwriting. Yeah, no, I'm going to turn off images. And I'm going to move the C up a little bit. I'm going to grab my image tool, kind of move that up. Probably should have done it the other way around, where I moved that where I wanted it and then lassoed this and put it in place. And then with my stroke eraser on, I'm going to erase this one and come back to, I'm going to go to my history and grab that like dark gray color. Is that the same color? It is not the same color. Maybe it was this one? Yeah, that's right. Also, that looks awful. So now we're going to put on our precision eraser and fix that little bit. And then we are going to draw in our double lines again. That was a little too crazy. And then just come back and do, with the precision eraser, what we did at the beginning. Just kind of erase some of this away so that it looks like it connects underneath rather than on top. And yeah, actually, I think this is very cute. I'm always really happy at the end of these with how, like, even if I feel like they're not going very well, as soon as I really, I don't know, get all of them together, they all have the same color palette, they all have a similar vibe, I just think there's no way for it to look bad. I don't know. I think everyone, like all of you who share your stickers with me, it always makes me so happy, or your layouts, because it really does look so beautiful every single time. And I hope that you guys have fun like exploring with these stickers and kind of just doing whatever speaks to you, whatever feels fun, and just kind of like, I don't know, being inventive and playing around, because I really think that you can't go wrong. I think you can just have so much fun. So I guess that's where I'm going to leave today's live stream. I will be back on Tuesday, which I know is very soon. It's only in 48 hours, but I leave on Wednesday for my trip. So it's kind of important that I get this out, because otherwise I won't get my daily plan with me out until like the end of the month, and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to do it Tuesday. It's no pressure for anyone to attend, but I do appreciate it when you are here. It's a real joy for me. So thank you again. I feel like I can't say that enough, but yeah, I know I didn't have a lot of conversation today. I just kind of talked to myself about what my planning was. Yeah, so hopefully you still enjoyed this. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. You're the best, as always, and I think I'm gonna go because it's getting late for me, but it's even later for some of you. So thank you, and I will see you guys on Tuesday. Have a great night. Bye. Bye.